Okay, a few videos ago we talked about how to manage temple work from within Roots Magic, and I told you that you could, but probably shouldn't, request temple ordinances from within Roots Magic. So what I'm going to do is show you how to manage your temple work from within Family Search. Okay, and we're going to start with the individual ordinances. When you have somebody, you look at their ordinances this way, okay? And it shows you all of their temple work. Now, if it's yellow, it means they've been reserved but not printed. That's what all the yellow ones mean. Okay, and then you go back to the details, and that's the person. Let me go down to a different person. Okay, this is Norman's brother, Clarence. Now, if you look at the ordinances, they've got a green temple next to them, which means there is temple work to be done. Okay? So, we go to ordinances, and it shows you a list of all the ordinances that are ready to go for Clarence. Okay? So I can request them here. Okay, and it shows you light blue. Light blue means that they're ready to be processed. They qualify and everything. So these are the ordinance work that I'm going to reserve. And then I say request. I have to say I read the policy, and then I do it. Once I do this, you can see they all turn yellow. That means I have reserved them. Okay, and now I just have to wait to do them. Once you've reserved temple work, you go up to temple work, and you can say quite a few. You do it a different way, but I do not printed because all the other ones I'm working with. Okay, but the ones that aren't printed are the ones I need to do something about. Okay, so it's thinking, and it will give you a list of all of the people in my list that I have reserved that have not got anything done. Okay, so what we can do is a couple of things. We can click on this, and then what it says is we can print it, share it, or unreserve it. Okay. What that means is I have it reserved, but if for some reason I change my mind, I can unreserve the ones that are checked. Okay? Or I can print the requests for the ones that I have checked. Now, I'm not going to print this because I don't have a printer hooked to my laptop, but basically what will happen is if you say print, it will print out a singular piece of paper with a barcode on it that will contain all of the ordinances that need to be done. Okay? That single piece of paper must be taken down to the temple. And with that barcode, they can scan, or they can print out for you the pink, the yellow, and the blue cards, and the yellow cards for what you've requested. Okay? So once you get all the cards, then it's like, you know, back in the day when that's how you had to get things done in the first place, was just with the cards. But now all you have to do is print out one singular piece of paper with a barcode, take it to the temple, they can run it, they can scan it, and then they can print out the cards for you. You don't have to go through a lot of rigmarole to get it done. Okay? If you reserve them, which I have done, but you do not want to or can't or don't intend to do the temple work, and you want the temple patrons to do the work, you say share. Okay? And in all of the ones that I click, that's what there is. And I click all of them and I say share. Okay? Now what that does is it changed those that I did to a different color. Okay, and there's lots more, and I'll do those later. But let's go back to the person that we do. Now notice, instead of yellow, they were blue, and then I reserved them. They changed them to yellow. And when I shared them, they turned, I don't know what color you call that, a reddish peach. Okay? And as temple work gets started and done and everything, they'll change colors again. But basically, this tells you that these particular ordinances are reserved by me, yet shared with the temple. That way, everybody who comes to the temple, they can pick up these particular cards and do them for me, but yet nobody else can reserve these people or change stuff about them while they're reserved. Okay? So it's just a way to keep everything going. Okay? So let's go back to all the reserved ones that I've got. And then there's quite a list that I have. And you can see all the different colors in the stuff that I've got. Okay? This one right here says that this particular card, the baptism card, has been printed. Not completed, printed. Okay? And same with this sealing to spouse. This one is waiting for whatever reason, probably because it needs these to be done before it can do that. Okay, so let's just kind of look through here. Okay. Now that's if the temple did it. If you look at this list, okay, these are the ones that I printed. Okay, and you see they're a different color of green. This means they're done. Okay, so what I can do if I so choose, even though I've printed it, if I just don't want to do those temple works anymore, I can unreserve it, or I can reprint it. Okay, so that's kind of all there is to managing your temple work, other than this opportunities. This is something new they've thrown in. This is the temple trying to show you that you have people in your line that need some kind of temple work. Okay? Again, notice the light blue, meaning they're ready to be reserved, but they haven't been done. Okay? So this one actually happens to be my aunt. She was excommunicated, and therefore all of her temple work has been gotten rid of. So now that she's dead, I can do it again in case she changes her mind, up there. But I'm not going to do that right now. But I just wanted to show you what that meant. Okay, that's temple stuff. That's kind of how you manage all your temple work. Once once the actual ordinance has been performed, it will turn gray, and saying that it's done, and then it will have a date in the person's ordinance list that we looked at a minute ago. Okay, so here, if they were done, they would show up with a date and what temple it was done, and they would be considered done. So that's how you manage your temple work. Then back in Roots Magic, when you go through the linking list where I showed you where it was counting all the people that had changes done. Well, that's where these will show up, and then you can copy them to your file and be up to date. So that's basically all there is to managing your temple work, and we'll move on to the next video.